Hey everyone, and welcome back to Scandalous Media. It's Alana here. We've heard your requests and have come to deliver a deep dive video about the relationship between Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Selena and Benny have been dating for almost a year now. They were secretly together for a few months before Selena confirmed the rumors in December. Selena seems happy and in love, and Benny isn't afraid to show her off in his very odd but loving ways. It would shock you to know that most of her fans are actively against this relationship between Selena and Benny. So much so that Benny was interviewed by his friend and podcaster and said,
She's doing charity. She's doing charity with. No, I understand.
No, you got a sweetheart and you're a good guy and you're got a nice mind and you're talented and you're successful, and why not? What would be the reason to not? You know what I mean?
You're just saying that so that they don't come after you.
Who can come at? Everybody can come at. What do I give a? Who's going to come after me? Her fans for mocking you?
Yeah, they already hate.
What are you talking about?
They already think I'm.
What are you talking about? Like, they're all on my side.
The hate was so intense that Selena spent hours camped under an Instagram account answering back to every single fan who negatively spoke about the relationship and Benny's looks. She told fans that she feels bad for them when they say he's ugly, that he's the best thing to ever happen to her, and that they should let her be happy for once. So let's get into the deep dive of this relationship. Why is Benny so hated in the Selena fandom? Is Selena finally moving on from the curse that is Jelena? How do Selena's past relationships with men and her fans tell you about her now? And are we going to possibly be hearing wedding bells in this couple's future? Stay tuned till the end, where I'll explain Benny's past, the shock of reality Selena's fans were hit with, and why most of her fans want this relationship to end. Be sure to like and subscribe for more, comment down below your thoughts if you think Selena and Benny are going to last, and let us know what other videos you want to see next. Benny and Selena have known each other for years, way before even dating. He's worked on a few of her songs from her revival era from 2015, and she probably even knew him from before, seeing as he's worked with Justin Bieber on many different albums, with the earliest date being in 2009. They were quite familiar with each other. He worked on the song I Can't Get Enough with her in 2019, where he was in the music video dressed as a teddy bear and jumping around a massive bed with Selena. Then in October 2020, he made a comment that was shady towards Selena and favored Justin. He was talking about working with Justin and how much he enjoys it, and said that Justin isn't.
Look, Justin's not one of those like cookie cutter pop artists. Like, you know, they're like, this is my new single and here's my makeup line. And he's like Justin's like.
During this time, Selena's Rare Beauty had just launched a month prior in September 2020. Benny's comment wasn't even remembered because I learned that he shaded her after they got together, but not once in 2020 did I hear about Benny shading Selena. If you take 5 minutes of your time to search up one Benny Blanco interview, you'll see that he has this personality that's very bold and upfront.
First of all, yeah, I'm way too short to be in a nightclub. Like, I can't be in a nightclub. It's too loud. I want to be at home with my friends. I want to drink until I can't see anymore.
Yeah, okay, that's good. This sounds fun.
Hi, AD. I've been waiting to do this forever. Come inside. My name's Benny Blanco. I don't know what else to say. Bye. Not bye. Hello.
For some it works, but for others it makes Benny look weird, especially because he often says weird things like it's normal.
All right, guys, I want to do something nice for my girlfriend. Whenever I want to put a smile on her face or get laid, I just make her steak.
What did he just say?
If Selena is dating him, he either took back his comments and apologized, or Selena herself didn't seem to mind the subtle shade attempt that happened 4 years ago. Yes, as you can see, Selena can shade an entire village and her fans will forgive and forget, but one person makes one comment 4 years ago and they're still getting dragged for it. Oh, the hypocrisy of her fans. I think their hypocrisy actually makes me work harder than Selena's own actions. Anyway, Selena gets harassed by her fans to remember his shade attempt, saying, "What? Isn't he the same person who made fun of her and took Bieber's side? But who knows what's happening in private? I hope he apologized. If that's the case, I think he should apologize in public." And Selena, who probably has no idea what's going on, just says, "He has my heart." If Benny should publicly apologize for his tiny, minuscule shade comment, what should Selena do after harassing the same person with shade for over 11 years and now dragging his significant other into it for about 6 years? Since that's the case, they're arguing with anyone who speaks about Selena. I'm telling you, her fans' hypocrisy is worse than Selena's own actions. It's also why when they started harassing her about Benny, she told all of them to leave her alone. She knows her fans are insufferable with their deluded opinions and fantasies. Sometimes she uses it to her advantage, getting away with doing the most at her big age, and other times she stomps her foot on their throat and complains, almost as if she didn't teach them to act this entitled over other people's lives. That was her fans' first shock, the reality that Selena was dating Benny. Their second shock was when Selena said she had been dating Benny for 6 months in December. This means that Selena and Benny started dating secretly in June or early July. Her fans were shocked, and wow, it's almost as if you guys are not her actual friends and only know her from a screen. Do you know who wasn't that shocked though? My Scandalous Media blog readers, because I wrote a tell-all in October 2023 and said, this A-lister turned social media influencer is telling people that she has a boyfriend. At the VMAs after party, she turned to everyone and said that she was talking to her boyfriend and was on the phone smiling the entire night. Yay for her, we said. We also revealed it in the same month, but I was shocked she made the relationship public because I've heard of Selena secretly dating so many different people behind closed doors, but only publicly does she talk about Justin. The second shock for her fans was that during this time where she was dating the so-called love of her life, she harassed all of us on TikTok with single videos. And that brought up a bigger issue with Selena because her social media persona is so fake from what is actually going on behind closed doors. Her fans felt a little played because while she was making jokes about being single, having bad taste, and talking about being single in new interviews, this whole time she was dating Benny secretly. As much as I believe that she has every right to be private about something, especially if she feels like it's going well and it's new, she also didn't hold back with the jokes and the need to make being single her entire personality trait.
I'm single! Guess who has a boyfriend? Not me, bitch! Y'all be safe out there!
Hello. It's over. I told my wife. Who is this?
And now I've been single for 5 years and...
So that was all that was happening before the relationship was confirmed. They had worked together, he subtly shaded her, they secretly got together in June, and she continued on her same single girl speech until December 2023. Selena confirmed that she was dating Benny on December 7th, 2023. She replied to a celebrity fan page questioning if she was dating Benny and said, facts. That's the same day we got the Selena versus fan war, where she was defending Benny and herself for over 2 hours straight, and then ended the night threatening us with a social media break. She truly cracks me up because the social media break lasted at most a few hours, and we still got these selfies of Selena and Benny and her wearing a B ring on her ring finger. The next day, she was out and about in gorgeous hair and rocking the B-ring. Her fans feared this would be Benny's version of a promise ring. Their biggest attack on Benny? He's ugly, they said.
They already think I'm ugly.
What are you talking about? Like,
I get the attractive appeal fans want, but if you're solely bullying someone just based on their looks, then yeah, her fandom has issues. But spoiler alert, that's not the only reason most of them don't want him near her. We'll talk about Benny's past and weird behavior later on in the video, and trust me, you're not gonna wanna miss that part. Selena's fans are a very interesting group of weirdly delusional people, and no, I don't mean the normal fans who enjoy her music, keep up with her, support, and like her. I mean the fans camped on Twitter that are 90% of what's wrong with Selena. The ones who make jokes about Hailey Bieber being a man, Justin having lice, and Selena no longer being pretty. Yep. They're the same ones who are photoshopping pictures of Selena's face on bodies that are much taller and skinnier, yet they wonder why Selena can't stand them and knows exactly how they are, which is why she fought with them for 2 hours defending Benny. They're the same ones who created this false reality of Selena where she's #1 over all her music peers and everyone wants her and is obsessed with her and she's this confident baddie, so because she isn't doing exactly what they project on her, they're insulting her looks and her man. So her fans are having a mental breakdown, wondering why Selena would even associate with someone that ugly and of that standard. Now, not to play devil's advocate, but Benny is an extremely well-known producer and has produced some of the biggest songs we know today. He's not some low-standard loser just because he's not on a stage entertaining you. Benny claims that Selena is his best friend. In recent interviews, he's always comparing his day with hers and saying that she's incredible and does so much in one day that his day compared to hers makes him look like a nobody. The relationship seemed to be pretty serious already, with Selena saying in December that he was my absolute everything in my heart. He says that long distance causes them to have a lot of dates over FaceTime and that she is his best friend.
When I look at her, I do say, I'm always just like, I don't know a world where it could be better than this.
When Howard Stern predicts that Benny will marry Selena, he says, "You and me both, I gotta get my act together."
I see love here. I'm predicting marriage.
You and me both.
You got a ring?
I don't have anything. What do you mean? I got no shoes on. I got to get my act together.
Then he says his next goal is to have a family, possibly insinuating that he'd start one with Selena, saying,
"You have no room for kids in your life, right?"
What do you mean? I want to have. That's like my next goal on the box. Like,
oh, no kidding.
I have a lot of kids. I got a ton of nephews. It's my I love being around kids.
These interviews caused Benny to get dragged on Twitter because when asked by Patrick if he wanted to get married, he said he cared more about having a family.
Would you get married one day or no? Is that not of interest to you?
I care so much more about having like a family than getting married. You don't have kids.
Then a few days later, after the Biebers announced their pregnancy, Benny suddenly agreed with Howard Stern about hearing wedding bells in his future.
Up here, I'm predicting marriage.
You and me both.
But he still made sure to mention that he doesn't have a ring or anything. This is funny because after Justin and Hailey Bieber announced their pregnancy, Selena's fans started to troll by saying, "I really hope Selena doesn't get any ideas next," calling Benny an ogre and a troll. I guess Selena's fans' biggest fear is happening because not only does Benny hear wedding bells in his future with Selena, but he's also ready to start his own family. This is a wild jump from the Selena we saw just a few months ago screaming at soccer players that she was single,
I'm single!
to a Selena who could be married with kids. We truly wish Selena the best and hope she is happy, and we are excited for this next chapter in her life. Selena has been more than ready to be in a serious relationship, and we get that from Benny accidentally admitting that Selena chased him.
I remember sitting there and she's like, well, I would have worn something different for this date. And I was like, what? We're on a date?
So basically, they were on a date without Benny knowing, which I don't think is this huge, oh gotcha, Selena, what a loser, because in reality, a lot of guys will flirt and take you out without even considering if it's a date or not. I guess her comment made Benny think, oh, she might actually want to be with me, and that's how they started dating. This video though caused a lot of her fans to feel like he embarrasses Selena just because he's an embarrassment himself. It got to a side of Twitter that wasn't even Selena's fans, and so many people were giving their opinion on why you shouldn't choose a partner that acts like Benny. It could be that the clip was taken out of context, but Benny isn't one to be known for having any type of prestige either. I mean, he literally sits in these interviews with his shoes off.
This is literally what we did for Valentine's Day. I want to do something that she loves. She loves movies. So I rented out a movie theater, and she loves a comfortable couch. So I took out the seats and we put like a huge couch in the front. And I was like, what are all her favorite foods? So I thought of them, you know, I spoke with her grandma, I spoke with her mom, her best friend. I made her fried pickles there. I brought a deep fryer, everything, made her fried pickles. I got her all her favorite Taco Bell. She loves hot Cheetos. I got her hot Cheetos. And then she loves movie theater nachos. So I brought in a nacho machine.
Selena's fans ran rampant on Twitter after Benny announced the seriousness of his relationship to Selena, screaming that she couldn't possibly be thinking about having his kids. But we can't help but notice that we might be the only ones who remember Selena saying she might not be able to carry kids. During press for My Mind and Me, Selena opened up in interviews discussing her struggles and how she would love to be a mom, but her lupus and health conditions are going to possibly be a huge factor in her not being able to carry kids. That and the secret 10-year-long drug addiction. But listen, the Scandalous media team wishes Selena the best. I think the double standard and hypocrisy for her is exactly why people are so quick to be on her throat for things, but at the end of the day, we would really love for her to be healthy and happy. Because at this point, we can't keep excusing sad behavior just because you got your heart broken a few years ago. There is literal war going on in some places. Not to pull a Courtney on Kim, but come on now.
Diamond earring came off in the ocean and it's gone. And there's people that are dying.
Selena, who seems to be trying to keep her relationship private this time, said, "Without getting into too much detail, I think it's just really important to meet someone who respects you, and I think it's really nice to also lean on someone who understands the world I live in. But I'd have to say, overall, it's the safest that I feel, and it's been really lovely, and I've only grown through it, so it's awesome." That's so far the update with Selena and Benny. They're not really a problematic, controversial couple, which is so new and refreshing for Selena because quite literally every public relationship of hers has consisted of drama with the ex-girlfriends, shade, and so much publicity. This brings us to the third shock for her fans, and it's that this version of Selena they created in their heads, you know, the unstoppable version, the one that gets worshipped behind closed doors, can get any guy she wants, is in total control, might not even be real. When there were rumors about Selena dating Zayn Malik in early 2023, her fans were jumping on the "Cell Nation has a new father" train, and they started whipping these deluded theories that never got confirmed. It's because that's what fit their theories, that Selena is pulling Zayn Malik, and to be honest, I don't really see the appeal. Zayn has dealt with demons and issues that are nowhere near attractive or flattering, and just because he was the hottest thing in 2017 or 2014 doesn't mean that's him now, or meant that in those years he was even pleasant to be around. He now says he wishes he enjoyed those times more than he actually did, proving the point that he wasn't always happy. Selena isn't the same girl she was in 2015 and 2016 either. We're sure she was at the peak of her career and possibly looks-wise, but was also dealing with insane demons and skeletons hiding in her closet. Now, I can't say she matured much from her past, considering the Hailey versus Selena war was in 2023, but her allowing herself a public boyfriend that isn't Justin is big. She might have freed herself from the fear that if her last ex isn't Justin, she will somehow be forever forgotten.
The whole song thing, he called me this morning about the song with Justin, and I was like, when am I gonna just be good enough by myself? Like, when am I gonna be, when am I gonna be good just by myself, not needing anybody to be associated with? Like, it's so...
You already are.
You know, the funny thing is, while Selena is crying about not being good enough in this clip from 2016, her fans at the time didn't realize that their projection of perfection on her is what made her feel like she couldn't move on from Justin. In 2016 or 2015, it was always this narrative that she knows she's a baddie and everyone else is just using her, when in reality, this is what was going on behind closed doors.
That suck. Oh, you get a glimpse of yourself on the screen. Wow, that looks pretty fucking
Funny enough, there was a time in history when all Selena fans were Jelena fans. And with her recent music flopping this bad, it kind of proves the point that her fans don't care enough to support her, and it just makes her think, well, I was right. Without Jelena drama, nobody cares. Not only is her music not doing well, but her looks also get questioned, her standard of men gets questioned, and it's like Selena can't be her true self around them since they're so judgmental. Her own fans cause her a lot of damage because she feels like for years she put up with the perfect image they branded her with, and now that she's finally letting loose a bit and moving on with Benny, they're all attacking her. It's not entirely their fault either, since Selena basically trained all of them to think like this, because she's rarely been honest with them till now. The footage from My Mind and Me is all mainly from years ago, and yet it was her fans who claimed a different narrative for her and even blindly believed what she fed them. It's not completely their fault, since Selena victimized herself so much over the years that her fans formed a habit of excusing her weird behavior and defending her rather than letting her grow and learn from her own mistakes.
The things that make you happy, but I don't think you always choose that.
Yeah, that's probably self-sabotage.
Yeah.
This is why they're all having this issue where most of them are unstanning her.
I find it frustrating, and then I can get a little mouthy and I want to defend people I love, and I think it's important to take breaks.
Selena and Benny haven't really done anything problematic since getting together. So why did Selena choose him? It's simple. After life has humbled Selena Gomez, she found herself wanting to feel loved and safe instead of worried about the shallowness that is looks and glamour.
Guess who has a boyfriend? Not me, bitch. Y'all be safe out there.
So in the past, as we've said, Selena has dated many different types of people. None of you would have known about this because it's always been her personal life, and as we've discussed in this video, Selena does a good job at keeping her personal life and her public life completely separate. For example, when Selena was hanging out with Zayn Malik in 2023, it was mainly for a possible music feature, and if things worked out, maybe they could pull a Gigi Hadid and Zayn, where Gigi was featured in Pillow Talk and then dated Zayn. This is how executives, managers, publicists, and celebrities think. They do things based on a whim. Let's see where this could go, and with Zayn, I guess it didn't go anywhere because we didn't get anything. When it was reported that Selena was talking to Dylan O'Brien and allegedly went on a date with him, sources claimed to the celebrity page Dumois that he had basically ghosted her previously. This was wild because it was a well-known fact that Dylan O'Brien had the biggest crush on Selena during his prime time as an actor for Teen Wolf. His crush on her made him so lovable to so many of his fans because it was so pure and genuine. Obviously, Selena was dating the biggest pop star on earth during this time, so she wasn't paying much attention to Dylan in 2011, but it's funny to see that when they did talk, it fizzled out for both of them, with a speculation that he ghosted her. Don't meet your heroes, I guess. Same thing possibly happened with Drew Taggart from the Chainsmokers. Selena and him went on a few dates, but it never worked out, and she posted that she was single after Pops caught them holding hands. Drew was nobody compared to Selena, but it made me realize that behind closed doors, Selena's luck with men was very limited. It wasn't like when she was younger back in 2016 when she made people fall to their knees with her charming personality and looks. Selena in 2015 and 2016 was truly an enigma, and her fans haven't moved past it, which is why they keep screaming, out of everyone who wanted her, she chose Benny. But maybe Selena pushed her luck too much in those years, kept pushing away the right guys for Justin, and now in 2024, she's humbly choosing someone who makes her feel loved versus the next hot thing.
I'm sure the connection is
She's
very
doing charity.
real.
She's doing charity with.
Who's gonna come after me? Her fans for mocking you?
Yeah, they already hate.
What are you talking about?
They already think I'm.
What are you
ugly.
talking about? Like they're all.
Long story short, Selena started being off-putting to many people in her private life. She found herself not easily charming everyone like she used to. Selena always got a pat on the back and a book filled with excuses for her actions, so she never learned to be better. She just learned how to be insufferable, and this is why every single person that she's dated wanted nothing to do with her after meeting her.
Guys, I figured out the reason why I'm single.
Guess who has a boyfriend? Not me, bitch!
Oh my gosh, my crush doesn't even know that I exist. Like, girl, my crush doesn't even exist.
It's why in 2021, Selena told Vogue Australia that over the years she felt like most of her experiences in relationships have been cursed. But it's like, who is the common denominator in most of your relationships, Selena? You. And because she always got a pat on the back and an excuse, she never really grew up to realize that maybe she was the problem, and her self-sabotaging ways were causing people to move on without her. She was always ready to point the blame anywhere else other than herself.
Stab them like they're an ex-boyfriend. Just get in there and feel real aggressive and angry.
Throughout time, behavior like hers gets very old and tiring.
It definitely helps when you give me inspiration. It's working.
You're just not an angry person. You're like a happy, nice person.
I do like to think I'm a nice girl, so bad things shouldn't happen to me.
It's why back in 2016, it was so easy for a guy to have a crush on Selena and devote his whole life to her, but now in 2023, they were almost all fleeing away.
Every one of my exes thinks I'm crazy, so I don't care.
She got too caught up in the sad girl act, and most people find that insufferable, especially if it's someone you just met.
I think stuff being normal or not having chaos is actually uncomfortable. Your life for so long from such a young age has always been chaos.
Yeah.
You know what makes you happy, you know what's not gonna make you happy.
Imagine being on your second date with someone and they hit you with, "And he really broke my heart and I went through this spiral and then I left for rehab." It's like, what?
In this really cool room in the Philippines, and she was literally crying to me about how mistreated she is by her ex, and had me thinking that I could be the guy who could fix her. Go into the Edition Hotel and she's wearing this very distinct perfume.
So let's cut to the chase of why Benny isn't super well liked.
Remember sitting there and she's like, well, I would have worn something different for this date. And I was like, what? We're on a date?
Selena's fans have dug up reasons to dislike Benny, and let's just say they have valid concerns. For starters, he posts the weirdest things on social media. It's always something innocent that's constantly getting sexualized, and he posts it thinking it's funny, and it's not, it's just weird. He'll post memes about sex while still dating Selena, which I think is so disrespectful because your partner is a reflection of you, and Benny is constantly posting weird things that look like they have a double meaning. He has sexual just about anything and everything, posting a video of his dog with the content "I'm sure you don't need" and captioning it "like father like dog." Ew. He has posted extremely inappropriate videos insinuating how he is when he's getting a BJ, which I guess Selena doesn't mind because she posted a photo of her posing just like that with a Benny cake. He even sexualized food, and Selena thought it was hilarious, writing, "LOL, I'm obsessed with you," laughing emoji. How did she find that funny? All I see is a man who is disrespectful and disturbing. He mocked Christianity when he posted his friend and singer mocking the Jesus stance and then liking a comment that said, "Imagine showing this to Jesus." Mind you, Benny isn't even a Christian, and yet he's making fun of the religion. His entire TikTok feed is him posting weird things like visuals of a human digestive system and other things that are not appropriate for an app filled with teenagers and kids.
This is the toilet bowl's point of view while you're shitting.
Yeah, I don't want to be friends. I'm sorry. I think we're gonna walk away completely.
He's made sexist, homophobic, and racist jokes in the past at the ripe age of 22, so no, he can't use the "I was only 15" excuse. And it seems like he's influencing Selena's behavior as well, since a few months ago she posted an Instagram story of her playing Scrabble with her friends and tried to cover up the word she made, which was the F slur.
Oh.
She also made a Benny-like joke on Selena Plus Restaurant where she insinuated that people online were going to take her making sausages and making memes out of it.
I can't imagine how many memes are gonna come out of it.
But no, we didn't, Selena, because we are not all Benny Blanco and can find a link between something normal and sex. He got involved in girl drama by shading Hailey Bieber's Rode phone case and posting a hot dog on his phone mimicking the case. I'm sure Selena got a kick out of that one.
Disgusting, despicable behavior from the Nepo babies. God, I hate mean girls. Just come out of the closet already, Kylie. We get it.
He faced backlash a few months ago in March when he was trying the Filipino fast food chain Jollibee and was extremely disrespectful, calling the food soggy and dry.
It's adobo rice. Tastes like butt. Alright, what the is it? Alright, this smells like vomit. It's spaghetti?
He thinks he's being funny and can get away with it because he mentions that his stepmother is from the Philippines, so he grew up eating Filipino food. You wouldn't be able to tell with the way he spit out this dish though. He tries the chain's Jolly Spaghetti, and let's just say his reaction was anything but pleasing.
Ew. It's like, ew. Ooh, Jollibee. Ugh.
This video was left with so many comments from disappointed fans and Filipinos who felt disrespected that he spit out the food and literally said,
"Don't go to Jollibee, this shit sucks."
The way he spit out the food and said it ruined his night is so off-putting, especially now more than ever in the times we are seeing today, with so many people around the world struggling in poverty, living in war, and not having access to basic human needs. Also, someone like Benny can spit out his food and throw it out in the trash.
Ew.
He ended up trying to do damage control by posting another video where he tried Jollibee's spicy chicken sandwich, but nobody was fooled by it.
Not only is the sandwich so good, I completely reversed my opinion of how it sucked.
You got me.
There's more, but that's basically the gist of how Benny acts on social media, and he's probably even more disturbing behind closed doors. All of the headlines make note that a lot of people don't like Benny because he is very publicly weird. And it begs the question, if Benny is like this and Selena doesn't mind and actually finds it funny, then what kind of person is she behind closed doors? This behavior clearly hasn't disturbed her, which makes you think about the things she says and does behind closed doors. It's exactly the kind of realization Taylor Swift's fans had when they realized how much Taylor loved Maddie Healy, who also had a very, very problematic past. Your faves are not always how they present themselves on social media. Stay woke, Scandalous Media team. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed the deep dive on Selena and Benny. Let us know down in the comments below your thoughts and opinions. Do you think this relationship will last or not? Make sure to follow us on our social media. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.